In this video, we'll uncover the most valuable wheat pennies in different condition you should be on the lookout for. We'll break down what makes these coins so special, how much they're worth in today's market, and what you need to know to sell them successfully at auction. The Lincoln Wheat Penny, first issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, features one of the most iconic coin designs in American history. Created by engraver Victor David Brenner, the reverse side of the penny showcases two stalks of wheat, symbolizing America's agricultural strength. This design was used until 1958, making these coins an essential part of U.S. coinage history. First up, we have the 1939 wheat 1 cent. The U.S. was in the midst of the Great Depression, and the economy was slowly recovering. The mintage of pennies in this year, like other coins during the 1930s, saw a significant decrease compared to previous decades. While the U.S. Mint produced a relatively high number of 1939 pennies, the condition of individual coins, especially those with damage or unique characteristics, has made them desirable to collectors today. In this specific coin, we're focusing on the 1939 damage date with a D mint mark, which was produced at the Denver Mint. While the base design and features of the penny are standard, the damage to the date and overall scratching on this coin make it unique. This coin is highly sought after not for its pristine condition, but because of the noticeable scratches and damage it exhibits. Many collectors are intrigued by coins that have been damaged but retain their historical significance and minting uniqueness. The damage date refers to a specific form of wear or scratching that distorts or partially obscures the year on the coin. This could be a result of poor handling, improper storage, or unintentional interaction with machinery after it was minted. The D mint mark indicates that the coin was minted in Denver, adding a layer of rarity and desirability, as collectors often seek specific mint locations for their coin sets. In today's auction market, a 1939 Lincoln Wheat Penny with a D mint mark in damaged or scratched condition may not hold the same value as a pristine, uncirculated coin. However, this damage introduces an interesting element that can drive prices higher than other pennies in less than ideal condition. The unique nature of a damaged coin can make it more appealing to collectors who specialize in error coins or are interested in owning pieces with distinctive characteristics. While the market value for a scratched and damaged 1939 D penny might range anywhere from $13,000 based on its condition and desirability in auction, there are exceptional cases where rarer damage patterns or provenance might lead the price to climb even higher. Collectors of error coins and those with a specific interest in Abraham Lincoln. Wheat pennies have a deep appreciation for these unique pieces. A coin in scratched or damaged condition can sometimes represent an intriguing story in the coin's history. Coin collectors will often pay a premium for such coins, especially if the damage is something unusual that makes it stand out from other coins of the same year and mint mark. The value of these damaged pennies will also fluctuate depending on market trends and demand from collectors. Additionally, the rarity of these coins in minting errors or unique conditions, such as the scratches seen here, means that even coins with damage can fetch a good price when they appear in specialized auctions. Next up, the year 1944 marks an important period in U.S. history, as it was right in the middle of World War II. At this time, the U.S. government was facing a massive need for wartime production and supply, which affected many industries, including coin production. The U.S. Mint was struggling with the shortage of copper and other materials, leading to the experimental use of steel pennies in 1943. However, by 1944, copper had returned as the primary material for minting pennies. The 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny is one of the more common pennies from the era, with millions of them being produced at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. These coins are relatively easy to find in good condition, but those with unique features, such as the red rust color, are much rarer and far more valuable to collectors. This particular coin features the large date design, which was used for the 1944 issue. The large date refers to the size of the numerals used for the year, which were notably larger than those used in other years. Additionally, the red color rust condition refers to a unique corrosion that has affected the surface of the coin, giving it a reddish-brown tint. Red color rust coins that exhibit a red or rust-like coloration have likely been exposed to certain environmental factors, such as moisture or humidity, that cause the metal to corrode over time. While this damage reduces the coin's desirability for collectors seeking pristine pieces, it has become an appealing feature for others who find the corrosion interesting. In some cases, red coloration could be the result of a manufacturing error or an issue with the material used, though in this case, it is more likely a result of natural wear and corrosion after the coin entered circulation. The 1944 Lincoln wheat penny, in red color rust condition, is certainly rarer than its non-corroded counterparts. While the damage may decrease the value of the coin when compared to a perfect example, it still holds considerable appeal in the market. The market for this coin can fluctuate depending on its rust pattern and the overall interest in rare condition coins. Typically, a 1944 large date penny with rust can range in value from $26,000. But if the rust is particularly striking or unique, it could fetch higher prices in specialized auctions. These pennies are not the most valuable coins in the world, but collectors are willing to pay more for ones with unique characteristics. The 1944 Lincoln wheat penny with the red color rust is popular among those collectors interested in the beauty of worn and damaged coins. Many of these collectors enjoy the visual appeal of the rust, and these coins are often seen as artifacts that tell a story about the journey the coin has taken over the years. Moreover, those interested in completing sets of Lincoln wheat pennies often seek out unusual variations, even if they are not in perfect condition. The scarcity of this type of coin in mint condition means that finding one in any condition, even rusted, is considered a valuable addition to a collection. Next up, the 1944 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny, produced by the United States Mint, is part of the famous series of coins designed by Victor David Brenner. These pennies are synonymous with American history, as they've been in circulation for well over a century. The 1944 coin stands out for several reasons, one of which is its rarity and the historical backdrop of its production during World War II. The Mint produced these pennies in large numbers to meet the demands of wartime production, but their unique characteristics and variations make them highly sought after by collectors today. In 1944, the United States Mint produced over 1 billion Lincoln pennies across 3 major mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver D mint mark; and San Francisco S mint mark. While the Philadelphia and Denver mint coins are more common, the San Francisco minted coins, especially those in worn or damaged conditions, are harder to find. This factor has contributed to their increased value in recent years. Specifically, in 1944, the S mint-marked pennies had a total mintage of 282 million coins, but the condition and rarity of each coin matter immensely in determining its market value. Despite the large mintage, finding an original S mint-marked 1944 penny in good condition, particularly in a dirty, blackened state, makes the coin an intriguing collector's item due to its historical context. The San Francisco mint mark on this coin is located just below the date on the obverse, distinguishing it from the other mints. The S mark is vital to collectors who focus on specific mint locations. The 1944 San Francisco Lincoln pennies are notably less common in pristine condition, which increases their collector value. The black, dirty condition of a coin can sometimes stem from improper storage or prolonged exposure to certain environmental elements. While this condition might initially deter casual collectors, many advanced numismatists are intrigued by such coins due to their rarity in this state and potential for restoration. The dirt and tarnish can, in some cases, add a unique patina that gives each coin a distinctive historical look. However, what collectors should watch for in these coins are potential errors or anomalies, such as doubling or off-center strikes, that can significantly increase their value. Although not common, these errors are highly sought after by serious collectors looking for unique pieces to add to their collections. The 1944 penny is also interesting because it was one of the last copper pennies made before the shift to steel during the 1943 wartime period. In today's auction market, a well-preserved 1944 S Lincoln wheat penny can sell for hundreds of dollars depending on the condition. A dirty, blackened example, especially in the lower grades of very fine or fine condition, may not fetch as much, but Even in such a state, it can still command a respectable price. As a result of its rarity and historical significance, these pennies have been in high demand at both online and in-person auctions. Coins in this state may still sell for around $60,000 on the lower end, while examples with minor restoration, or those in a highly collectible dirty condition, might push upwards of $100,000 or more. Collectors typically look for specific attributes such as mint marks, wear patterns, and any potential variations, which contribute to the value of the coin. It's also important to note that higher-grade examples with original color and no corrosion could demand even higher prices. Next up, the 1956 Lincoln Wheat Penny. This coin belongs to the final years of the classic wheat design, which was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. The 1956 penny stands as a transitional piece in U.S. coinage, as it was produced during a period of economic stability in post-World War II America. As such, it is a reflection of the times and holds significance for collectors of 20th-century American coins. Produced by the Philadelphia Mint, which has no mint mark, the 1956 Lincoln pennies were struck in large quantities. The U.S. Mint was working to keep up with the growing demand for coins during the era, and millions of pennies rolled off the presses. Despite the large mintage, the condition of the coin plays a major role in its value today. The total mintage of the 1956 Lincoln Wheat penny reached around 1.1 billion coins, making it one of the most common coins of the era. However, like with the 1944 S penny, the scarcity of high-quality examples, especially those that have suffered from poor storage or environmental factors, has made certain variations, particularly those with unusual wear, highly desirable. Unlike the 1944 S penny, the 1956 coin was struck only at the Philadelphia Mint, which means it has no mint mark. This makes it a more straightforward coin in terms of identification, but also more common. However, collectors will often seek out variations such as those with unique toning, wear, or even slight errors in the strike. Although the 1956 Lincoln Wheat penny has no major error types like the 1944 coins, collectors still seek out coins with unique characteristics. One of the most desirable traits of the 1956 pennies is the large date variety. The larger digits of the 5 and 6 set the coin apart from other years in the series and can lead to an increased market value, especially if the coin shows unique wear patterns or environmental damage. In addition to the large date, some collectors focus on the wear and patina of these pennies, especially those that have developed a dirty look. While this dirt or tarnish may detract from the coin's surface in terms of appearance, it can often add to its historical significance, as it reflects the many years of circulation it has undergone. Despite the large mintage, dirty or well-worn examples of the 1956 Lincoln Wheat penny still command value in the market. If the coin is in fine condition, it might fetch around $12,000. However, coins with unique conditions, even those with visible dirt and tarnish, can still sell for higher amounts, ranging from $63,000 or even more, depending on the specific details. Collectors who are particularly focused on toning or wear patterns may find greater value in the aesthetic qualities of these coins. A coin with a distinctive color or dirt buildup could sell for a higher premium in certain niche markets. Next up, the 1940 Abraham Lincoln Wheat penny, without a mint mark and exhibiting 5 cuts on the bottom, is one of the most intriguing and valuable coins that collectors are always on the lookout for. Let's take a closer look at what makes this coin so valuable and why it commands such high prices at auction. The 1940 Lincoln Wheat penny was struck in the midst of a significant time in U.S. history. By 1940, America was still reeling from the effects of the Great Depression, and World War II was on the horizon. The penny, part of the larger Lincoln Wheat cent series, was introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln. By 1940, the design had been in circulation for over 3 decades. During this period, the U.S. Mint continued its operations under the leadership of key figures, including Frank Gasparo, who worked on many coin designs. The Lincoln Wheat penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, and it quickly became one of the most beloved coins in American numismatic history. The 1940 Lincoln wheat penny was minted in large numbers, with a total of over 1 billion coins being produced that year. However, the rarest examples come from coins that exhibit certain errors, and in the case of this particular coin, it's the 5 cuts on the bottom of the reverse. These cuts are considered error marks, which can happen during the minting process when the coin comes in contact with foreign objects or other coins that cause physical damage. These errors are typically accidental, but can sometimes add immense value, depending on their rarity and how they are perceived by collectors. The Lincoln wheat penny features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse showcases 2 wheat stalks encircling the words E pluribus unum and 1 cent, which are representative of American agricultural history and Lincoln's legacy. The 1940 penny, like its predecessors, was made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. The 5 cuts on the bottom of the reverse side of this particular 1940 penny are not part of the intended design and are an important error that distinguishes this coin from the typical 1940 pennies found in circulation. The 5 cuts on the bottom of the coin's reverse side are likely a result of the penny being mishandled during the minting process or possibly damaged in a press or die clash. These accidental marks turn this coin into a mint error that catches the eye of collectors looking for rare and unusual items for their collections. Mint errors can significantly raise a coin's value, and this particular 1940 penny with its 5 cuts is an example of how a defect can make a coin much more valuable than a regular, error-free version. Collector interest in error coins has been steadily increasing over the past few decades. As a result, rare errors such as these can sometimes see auction prices skyrocket, depending on the severity of the damage and the rarity of the error itself. For collectors, this makes the 1940 penny, with 5 cuts on the bottom, a must-have for those focused on the Lincoln wheat penny series. Today, the 1940 Lincoln wheat penny with these particular error cuts can fetch a significant amount of money at auction. Depending on the condition and severity of the cuts, prices can range from hundreds to several $1,000s. A coin in excellent condition with minimal wear and prominent cuts can easily command a premium price. For comparison, a standard 1940 Lincoln wheat penny in good condition typically sells thousands of dollars. However, once you add the error factor, particularly with noticeable damage like these cuts, the value soars. Auction houses and online platforms that specialize in rare coins have seen consistent demand for this type of error coin, which only strengthens its position in the market. The rarity of this kind of coin, combined with the historical significance of the Lincoln wheat penny series, only adds to its appeal. Next up, we have the 1950 Lincoln wheat penny, featuring a large date without a mint mark. This coin is another rare find for collectors, especially when it's in circulated condition with noticeable scratches from Lincoln's face. Let's break down why this coin stands out and what makes it a valuable collector's item. The 1950 Lincoln wheat penny was minted during an interesting period in U.S. history. Post-World War II, America was entering a time of economic prosperity, and the Lincoln cent continued to serve as an important part of daily life. In fact, 1950 marked the end of the era of the classic wheat design, as it would be replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial design to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The 1950 penny, while not an especially low mintage year, is often noted for the variations found in the date font and other minute details. These variations, particularly the large date in this coin, have attracted attention from collectors. Over 1,001,950 Lincoln wheat pennies were minted in 1950, but like many years, some examples are rarer than others due to minting errors or subtle differences in design features. The large date version of the 1950 penny is particularly sought after, as it was a distinct variation produced in the final years before the redesign. The coin was minted at both the Philadelphia Mint no mint mark and the Denver Mint with a D mint mark, but this example, being without a mint mark, likely hails from Philadelphia. Much like the other Lincoln wheat pennies, the 1950 edition features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse of the coin shows two stalks of wheat, which is a design feature that made these pennies unique and a nod to the agricultural roots of the country. What makes this coin stand out is the noticeable scratches across the face of Lincoln, which can significantly affect the value. While scratches or damage usually diminish a coin's value, the rarity of this large date version coupled with the damage has caused collectors to show increased interest, as it adds a unique element to the coin's history. The 1950 Lincoln wheat penny is typically not a highly valuable coin, unless there is a special feature or error associated with it. In this case, the scratches on Lincoln's face are not typical wear and tear. They likely came from the coin being mishandled or from contact with rough surfaces during its circulation. Some collectors find this particular variation interesting because of the uniqueness of these scratches, and it's often considered a circulated condition coin that offers a more affordable alternative to pristine, error-free coins. Despite the damage, the value of the 1950 penny has remained high in the market due to its unique features and because it's part of the highly collectible Lincoln Wheat Penny series. The large date feature, paired with the scratch marks, has led collectors to place higher value on this coin as a variant that holds historical significance and rarity. The value of the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny with scratches on Abraham Lincoln's face will depend largely on the severity and location of the damage. In general, a coin like this would sell for anywhere between $100,000 and $800 depending on its overall condition and how much the market values the unique character of the coin. Auction prices for this coin have fluctuated over the years, but its place as a notable error coin in the Lincoln Wheat Penny series keeps it consistently valuable. Next up, the 1945 Abraham Lincoln. Wheat 1-cent coin is a standout example from the World War II era, a period marked by economic strain, copper shortages, and monumental historical events. By 1945, the United States had emerged victorious in the war, but the impact of the war was still felt in the production of coins. The year 1945 marked a transitional period in U.S. coinage. The minting of the Lincoln wheat cent had been ongoing since 1909, but the designs were beginning to show signs of aging and wear. Coinage production was shifting toward using more war-related materials, and the U.S. Mint faced challenges in sourcing the necessary copper for its coins. That made any well-preserved, high-quality examples of the 1945 wheat penny all the more precious today. The Lincoln wheat penny is often referred to as the wheat cent because of the distinctive wheat stalks that frame the reverse of the coin. These coins were designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, and their design remained largely unchanged throughout the series run from 1909 to 1958. By 1945, the U.S. Mint had already been producing hundreds of millions of pennies every year, but the 1945 edition stands out for several reasons, which we'll explore as we discuss its mintage and collector interest. The total mintage of the 1945 Lincoln penny was incredibly high, with over 1.4 billion coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint alone. This makes the 1945 penny one of the more common dates in the series. However, in fine condition, these coins are still considered collectible and hold significant value, especially when compared to other years. The obverse of the 1945 wheat penny features a detailed bust of Abraham Lincoln, facing right, with the words Liberty and the year 1945 inscribed on either side of the coin. Above Lincoln's head is the inscription, "In God We Trust," a phrase that would become especially iconic during and after the war years. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny is made from 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, making it a durable and long-lasting piece. Despite the heavy mintage, fine condition examples, particularly those without any damage, remain valuable due to the historical significance and the quality of the design. Despite the high mintage, the 1945 Lincoln penny in fine condition has seen impressive value growth over the years, especially as collectors have begun to focus on coins that maintain historical importance. Currently, in today's auction market, a well-preserved 1945 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in fine condition can fetch anywhere from $52,000 depending on the coin's specific attributes. In fine condition, coins still have discernible details such as Lincoln's profile and the wheat stalks, though some wear and light scratching are expected. A coin in near-perfect condition with minimal wear or discoloration will naturally command a higher price, and its value could rise even further if the coin shows no signs of corrosion or heavy circulation. As the years have passed, collectors have grown more enamored with the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny because of the broader context of World War II. Many collectors appreciate these coins not only for their historical significance, but also as a piece of the broader story of wartime America. This attention has caused a slow, steady increase in demand and interest. Though it's not as rare as some other years in the Lincoln Wheat Cent series, the 1945 Lincoln penny continues to hold historical value, and in certain circumstances, it can be worth much more than its initial mintage might suggest. When you take into account its status as a representation of a pivotal time in history, its value becomes all the more pronounced. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave your comments below. And as always, keep hunting for those rare treasures.